Hey everybody, this is Naturalist James Anderson from the Marion County Park District, and right now I am on the hunt for a skunk cabbage plant. Right now I'm at the Paradise Nature Center, which is owned and operated by their own board, different from the Paradise Nature Preserve, which is owned by the Park District. But David Holderman, which was Trella Run, my son, he told me last year he encountered a skunk cabbage plant here, and obviously by the time I got out it was kind of too late for the flowering stage, and but I'm out here because it's actually one of my favorite wildflowers, because it's actually one of the first wildflowers to bloom here in the state of Ohio. What's really cool about skunk cabbage is it can actually melt the snow and ice around it. It's called thermogenism, which is through their cellular respiration. But yeah, the inner core can be up to about close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, while the outer air temperature can be a lot colder than that. So really fascinating plant. And yes, within its name, it does smell like a skunk. So I got my good macro lens, and I'm hoping to find it. Unfortunately, none of the public parks in Marion County, rather it's from us or Big Island or anything like that, I have not found it. Now, I believe Big Island Wildlife Area would be perfect area to find the plant, but unfortunately, Big Island's over 6,000 acres, so it's going to be a little harder to find like a needle in a haystack kind of deal. But wish me luck, and let's see what we can find.
As I mentioned before, the perfect area to find this plant is in woody, swampy deciduous forests, and sometimes wetland areas next to a stream, which this is really great adequate habitat for this plant.
Every time I look out and I see these little sprouts, I keep thinking skunk cabbage, but skunk cabbage does definitely not look like this. I believe these are probably irises, just to be my opinion, but now when skunk cabbage first comes out, it does somewhat look like that, but it's very rounded and it's very waxy-like. But then as it flowers out, it has that really unique maroon color, and then after it's flowering, it has this humongous leaf that looks like a cabbage, where it got the other part of its name, and then it's very large, and obviously if you break it, it smells. So trying to find the skunk cabbage plant, but it gets a little noisy, but I'd rather hear these red-winged blackbirds and these blue jays than being right next to this road and hearing these cars go by fast.
So no luck finding the skunk cabbage plant. As I kept trekking through this wetland, I kept looking, and all I kept finding again were those little, I believe, irises, little sprouts. And I wish I had me recording about falling in a few times, but it was definitely worth it. It was a beautiful late winter, almost we can consider early spring day here in the great state of Ohio.
Well, I did not find any skunk cabbage. It could have been there, but we've had a lot of snow melt lately, so it's pretty wet, pretty flooded in some regions. And here in central Ohio, we just reached the 40s and 50s degrees, so maybe you might come out a little bit later. Some places south of us already seen their skunk cabbage already start to come out of the ground. So maybe I might need to wait a tad longer. Maybe I'll have to wait until the flower's gone and the leaves are out, which they are really easy to find, but maybe we'll have to see. So, but thanks for sticking with me, and go out and find your own nature discoveries. I'm Naturalist James Anderson.